picking a spot, one thing that I've practiced and I found that works really well for me in the sense of timing where my swing goes is I'll find where I want to land it. Okay. I'll actually look at it like I'm reading a putt from that spot, and then I will actually pace it back, and I've come pretty close to figuring if I need to hit it 7 yards, that's about my swing. And then I'm able to time that. That way I know if I have a 10-yard shot, if I have an 8-yard shot, what my swing has to look like.
Yeah.
So I would land at about the same spot that you are, and then pacing that off. Say we're landing at about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's about a 9-yard shot that I'm trying to accomplish a ball in front.
Yeah, I've always done that. What you just said about the putting. Like imagine it's going to putt, so I usually try and get where the ball is going to land, but I've never paced off the distance. So I kind of like that idea.
And it was pretty much a whole summer's worth of rehearsing, figuring where my club speed, with how far the backswing is to the follow through, the tempo, what that shot looks like.
Sure.
The one difference that all right, so Mark, we're here on the tee. You're teed up, ready to go.
Yep.
Par 5, slight dogleg left. You got wind coming out of the left. So what's your mindset here? What are you thinking about pre-shot?
For me, I tend to hit a draw. So I'm licking my chops kind of on this shot because I like the way it sets up to my eye. There is breeze, but it's mostly downhill. So that's a good thing. I would say that, in that, when the wind's there, you want to swing real hard. And so I try and keep that soft swing again. I usually try and line up on the left side of the tee box.
Okay.
Here I can't do it as much because of those trees. But I am going to go off that rock, the 150-yard rock, and try and bring it back to the left a little bit. That's kind of my eye. But I just want to be deliberate in how I focus and really how I approach the shot, and then the tempo.
Keeping that smooth tempo through it. Perfect.
Tempo is everything right now. So,
absolutely.
So I try and set into it and try and pick a spot in front of the ball, about 18 inches, 24 inches in front of the ball, so that I can make sure I'm lined up is kind of my thought.
Perfect. Is setting that commitment line that while you're back here, you have your fairway, you have your line for what you're thinking, but, especially for you where you have such command on both types of ball flights, committing to it.
Yeah, that's the commitment piece is what I struggle with.
Before I step forward, so like we have the rope here, which is perfect. So while I'm back here looking at this shot, that's my commitment line. I'm not setting foot over that until I'm set on, okay, I'm gonna hit a 5-10 yard draw. Or I'm gonna start it here and it's gonna end here. Number one at Cheyenne Shadows, I'm aiming dead center because like you said, left or right, you're fine.
Yeah, sure.
It's a pretty wide fairway.
Sure.
So number one, for that whole mindset of setting the precedent, setting the tone for the match, I know for me, I can swing pretty hard on that hole and not really be worried about, potential repercussions. If I hit it good, then all that's doing is boosting my motivation and my mindset for the rest of the round, especially going to the number 2 hole.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what I would encourage you to try is, use the rope here
for
today.
Yeah.
But just set a commitment to, so, while you're staying back here, I can tell you hit fade. I want you to hit a 10-yard fade.
Okay.
Or high cut.
Okay.
So, and then while you're back here, that's when you start looking at, the shed's the left part of the fairway, orange is the right part.
Yeah, I never want to aim in trouble. So I would never aim a fade outside of the
fairway.
Outside of the fairway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of that.
So let's say, can you see the driveway in between the house and the garage?
Yeah.
So let's say, okay, I want to see, you hit your high cut.
Yep.
That's your aim point, and then you just want to bring it back down into the fairway.
Yeah, and like we were talking, like for me, as analytical as it is, I'm becoming kind of feelish, and so I have to like visualize and feel that cut swing. It's almost like I got video in my head going, okay, this is what I'm going to do. But when I'll tell you what happens is I'm rushed, or like if I feel, because I feel responsible for the whole group out, say we're at this course and we're guests, I always feel responsible. So I'm like trying to help everybody else, and I'm not paying attention to me. And so then my shot is not about golf, it's about let me get out of the way.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm trying to get away from that because that's not the right approach.
No, especially when you want to score well.
Correct. And I do. I mean, I think it's important.
Yeah.
Okay.
For pre-swing and in-swing fundamentals during the club fitting, we were key to discuss Mark's need to not try to overly force the golf ball to do anything or manipulate it, but rather to swing smooth every time to generate a solid baseline for each iron, club, and shaft recommendation through the Mizuno fitting system. The ribbon going down the impact tarp for the hitting bay is correlated with the foresight so that the student has a solid aim point in order to better reference what the shot does each time the ball is struck.
So I'll talk it through as I go.
Okay.
So one of the things I've been trying to work on too, and some of this is getting out of my own way as far as pace of play, is walking around the hole and not see it necessarily, but to feel it.
Oh yeah, feel the weight change on your feet.
Yeah, so like as you said, this is uphill, but to me it's not, because of like you right now, you're way above me, right?
Okay.
And so the green, it's naturally coming this way. Is it going to slow because it's not as steep? Yeah, but I like feeling like this is flat to downhill.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick a spot. I usually try and look at that spot as I come back. Make sure I'm thinking the right thing as I do it.
Now, when you say a spot, are you talking about along the line of the apex?
Kind of the apex of it. And so, oh, thank you. I'm gonna go off this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go off this one. So I kind of want to pick that spot of what I think the line's gonna do.
Okay.
And then I'm going to draw back that line about, usually it's 2 feet in front of the ball.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick that point. Okay, and that's what I'm going to putt to.
So probably somewhere right around here.
Yeah. Now the problem is that what I do is when I'm rushed or feeling rushed, like we're trying to hold up play, I rush through that and I lose my point, and I don't go back and fix it because I'm just like, no, we need to get through.
Okay.
But then if I know it's right, then I just have the line on the putter. That's pretty much the line I was trying to hit. I mean, it's not a good read, but